All right, everybody. Appreciate all y'all tapping on in at this hour. But I had to come on. I had to come on because I hadn't been able to sleep off this situation, off this case. I've been looking at every single angle. I've been trying to figure out what's been going on. I've been trying to get my hands on the transcripts, official court transcripts, but you have to put in a special request for that. And not only that, the transcripts, the official court transcripts, are being sent to Karmelo's new defense, appellate defense team, and to the prosecution. So that's being sent to both sides. That's why the officials haven't been released to the general public. But I did find out something. I had to figure out, because I had been trying to figure out the self-defense argument with Karmelo Anthony. Me personally, I feel like he deserves a new trial based off just alone the facts that we already know, that I told you guys about from the very beginning. I thought the jury selection was just disgusting as far as knocking off the last three black jurors. I think they knew exactly what they were doing with that, and I also felt like the situation with the venue move. I told you guys this from day one. If you guys follow my channel, I told you guys the fact that they didn't move the venue due to the fact that Karmelo Anthony's family was doxxed, and that not only were they doxxed, they were threatened. So I felt like that alone should have moved that venue. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I found something today, and I don't like what I found. Karmelo Anthony's witness admitted to giving false information on the stand. Let me repeat that again. Karmelo Anthony's witness admitted to giving false information on the stand in the court, in the trial. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And not only that, I had to look up, because I'm trying to figure out in Texas every angle, you guys, of the self-defense law, right? Every angle, right? And I found a lot of information. This is why I hadn't been live today, y'all. So one time I did like one short video today, and I put out one short live. I did a regular video. I didn't do it because I've been studying this whole situation. I don't want to go off this YouTube mumbo jumbo where people just putting out all these old fake theories and shit like that. I don't want to do that. I really want to put out real information for you guys, right? So I had to look up the law in Texas. And I'm going to break this down for you guys, and then I'm going to tell you guys what happened, because it's all going to organize itself into Karmelo Anthony's own witness telling a lie on the stand. And I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. To the person who said he didn't have a witness, he did have a witness. Karmelo Anthony's team called multiple witnesses to the stand. They called, I think, 6 witnesses. So the prosecution had like 20-plus witnesses, and the defense had 6. Okay? So to the people who said he didn't have witnesses, that's a lie, and I'm about to prove that to you right now. I saw somebody in the comment section say that. There's been a lot of lies and misconceptions put around this case. But I saw something tonight that bothered me, and I've been looking at this. Like I said, y'all know me. Y'all know I usually come on here and do 3-4 lives a day. I hadn't been on live all day, because I just got tired of hearing all these people just run their mouth. And a lot of people have been hitting me up, asking me about this, asking about the situation. I said, look, bro, let me really dig deep into this, since so many people are truly asking about this case. Now, under Texas law, right, I had to look this up, because my whole thing is, my personal feeling. Let me tell y'all what my personal feeling was. My personal feeling is, based off of Karmelo Anthony's past, I don't see how this dude is a stone cold killer. I don't see how he went there with the intention on killing this dude. And I don't see how. Here's the thing. Do I think Karmelo Anthony got jumped? No, I don't. Do I think Karmelo Anthony feared getting jumped in that instance? Yes, I do. And I believe that is the reason why Karmelo popped off like that, because in that very instance, I believe he did fear that, man, maybe I'm going to get packed out right here, right? So that's the reason why I feel, and listen, that's the trickiness of the law. That's the reason why Karmelo Anthony should have, and let me say this again, he should have testified on his own behalf. It was his choice. The lawyer probably pressured him, But I can't say that for a fact. So let me take that back. I can't say the lawyer pressured him because I wasn't there in the room. And I don't, I can't put words in the lawyer's mouth when I wasn't there. I just can't do that. I can't say, the lawyer didn't pressure him. I can say that if the lawyer knew that Karmelo Anthony didn't testify, why not put up a whole better defense? Why not put up a better, if you know Carmelo's not going to testify and give his side of the story, put up a better all-around defense to help this kid. 3.5, 4 hours, 5 hours and a lunch break, that's not enough, bro. I'm sorry. And that never sit right with my spirit. But let me get into this because I want to get to y'all. So under Texas law, and I'm just talking Texas law, the mere fear of being jumped is not enough to legally use or display a knife for self-defense. Now, to everybody who's saying, well, Ticket, he got jumped. Here's the facts. This isn't lies or innuendo or nothing like that on YouTube. These are facts I'm about to hit y'all with. Karmelo Anthony never told the cops. He never told anybody that he got jumped. Karmelo Anthony's parents never told anybody that he got jumped. Karmelo Anthony's representative was asked by the lovely Nick at Night. He said he saw the same video all these people are claiming they saw. And he says, because she asked him straight up, and I got to give Nick at Night credit for that, because Nick at Night, she did a great job at this. A great job at asking questions. I think Nick at Night, she has high character in my opinion. Just from watching her channel, she has high character. I like how she presents her content. She's not just like a dirty journalist. She don't do dirty journalism and stuff like that. She take what she says serious, right? She asked him straight up, Karmelo Anthony spokesperson, his representative, about that video. And he told her straight up. He said, look, I saw that same video everybody said they saw. I can't say he got jumped. This is important, and I'm going to show y'all why this is very important. This is important, and I'm going to show you guys why this is important right now, okay? So, here we go, all right? Listen up very closely. This is Nick at Night talking to Carmelo's representative.
They've changed their tune a little bit. Listen to what they're saying now.
What we saw inside the courtroom was a grainy, hard to see video, but there was a lot of people outside the courtroom who said that they went to ISD and watched the footage and said that it was clear, and they said that they saw more than what we were shown. Can you speak on that?
Well, so Nick, you know I wasn't in there, right? But I can tell you I did see the video.
Now, this is Karmelo Anthony's representative telling the lovely Nick at Night he saw the video. The video everybody talking about, the Frisco ISD, his own representative. This is why I'm trying to tell y'all this. You have to listen to what I'm saying to y'all. He said he saw the video. The video was not tampered with. Everybody keeps saying the video is tampered with. I'm not finna tell y'all. He says, because he knows, he talked to Karmelo. The representative talked to Karmelo. If the representative who was with Karmelo in all those photos y'all saw, if he knew Karmelo got jumped, he would have been screaming to the high heavens. He can't do it because he knows Karmelo did not get jumped. Karmelo feared of getting jumped. He feared of getting jumped because he knew he was in that other tent and he was on his own. He didn't get jumped. And I'm going to tell you, and I have proof that something that's going to break everybody's spirit, because one of Karmelo Anthony's witnesses got caught lying on the stand. And I'm going to show y'all this tonight. It broke my spirit. I looked at this almost 20 times a day, and I couldn't believe it. It broke my heart. And I said, this is why they found this guy guilty. Let me show y'all this. All this trash can stuff, that shit don't mean nothing. I'm finna tell y'all the coolest, cold, hard facts. Let's go.
Speak on that.
Well, so Nick, someone else who was in the court.
Grainy, hard to see video, but there was a lot of people outside the courtroom who said that they went to ISD and watched the footage and said that it was clear, and they said that they saw more than what we were shown. Can you speak on that?
This is Karmelo's representative.
So, Nick, you know I wasn't in there, right? But I can tell you I did see the video at Frisco ISD. And the video that at Frisco ISD, it's not like you can sit there and look at the pimple on someone's face, but you can identify what's there, right, in front of you. And so what has been described to me, is like, no, you could at least kind of know and count how many people right there.
We can count how many bodies, but we can't see like faces. You know what I mean? Like we could see like, okay, somebody's sitting right there, somebody's sitting right there, but we couldn't see like Karmelo in Austin's face, or you know what I mean? It just was like kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
No, it's not, I didn't see that with that video. No.
Game over. Nick at Night straight up asked him, said, yo, did you see Karmelo? You guys see his whole team? Did y'all see him getting jumped? The man said, if that's his own representative, y'all, if that man got jumped, they would have been screaming into the high heavens. What are y'all looking at? I want to say something to everybody listen to this video, right? And I want to say this to y'all right now, right? And I'll be honest with y'all, right? Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. And I'm telling y'all this right now. His own team, none of these people are saying that they saw that man get jumped in the video. Matter of fact, he wouldn't go on record saying it because he knows him being at the status he's at, if he lies, they can sue him for libel and slander. He knows that. So when he talked to when he talked to Nika at night, and she said that, once again, he is his representative. This is his representative, his own team, right? So why would his own team, I'm talking about the black guys, the black people, right? Now listen, I haven't even got to the witness in the case yet. I'm talking about the video. When I get to the witness in the case, you guys are going to see something. Now listen, the way he said it, I'm going to tell you something, man. And this is everybody listen to this video, man. I know black folks want to see want to act like that boy got jumped. Karmelo Anthony's own witness got on the stand and said he didn't get jumped. Let me repeat myself again. Karmelo Anthony's own witness got on the stand. And not only did he say that, he got caught lying. He said that somebody was doing something and they wasn't doing it. And then when they showed him the film and proved it, he turned around and admitted. And I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. And this is what I think busted this whole case and made this impossible of a case inside the courthouse. Now listen. So under Texas law, just stay with me. The mere fear of being jumped is not enough to legally use or display a knife for self-defense. Texas has highly permissive laws regarding carrying knives, but the legal standard for actually using one against a person is exceptionally high. Now everybody has to understand the law. Go to Texas Penal Code 9.32, right? Listen to this. And everybody's on YouTube saying, oh, they lied. Listen, you guys got to understand one thing, right? Karmelo Anthony's parents said that the prosecution's witnesses lied. He didn't say the defense witnesses lied. I have the interview from the Breakfast Club. I think people have to listen closer to the words. And I can put that on the screen for you guys so you guys can see that, right? And I also looked up, I wanted to see every aspect of this case, right? As far as injuries, complaints, anything. Karmelo Anthony was inspected when he got to the Frisco County Jail. He never complained about any injuries this entire time. He never said anything about having any type of personal injuries done to him. He never complained about being jumped. He never complained about any of these things. He never put any of these things in any reports. Him nor anybody from his team, his parents, nobody, right? The only thing they put in the reports, the only thing they reported to the police, and I'm talking about Karmelo Anthony. I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm talking about Karmelo Anthony. The only thing that he reported to the police when he went to the police department, and when he went over, he only reported that the dude put his hands on him, so he retaliated. He didn't speak about being jumped. He didn't say that he was hurt, anything. Let me say this again. This is not me putting my thoughts into this. This is me speaking the facts on what happened, right? Period. Karmelo Anthony's parents are not saying what people on YouTube are trying to say. This should be a red flag to everybody listening to YouTube. His parents, somebody said, where's the actual report? I have the actual report. I showed it to you. To the person who asked me, where's the actual report? This is how I know y'all don't pay attention to this channel. I showed you the actual report. I literally showed you on this channel the entire actual report. In fact, somebody on this channel just said, oh, what about the autopsy? I have the autopsy. I have the autopsy, the official one. You know how I have it? Let me show you how I have it. And I can't show it to you on here. I can't show it to you on here. I have it because it's included in evidence. I'll tell you where you can find it. Right here in evidence. This file right here has all the evidence. This file right here, I can't go down but so far. Because in this file right here, it shows you the actual wound to Austin Metcalf's heart. This file right here, it shows you the actual autopsy and draw. The autopsy, for you guys who want to know, go pull up these files, and the autopsy is the last page on these files. I'm showing y'all this right now so y'all can see. You see where it's marked down there? And these are the exhibits. These are the official exhibits. Now I'm going to show y'all something, right? This is so everybody can have full transparency, because I don't like to lie. I don't like to make up nothing on my channel. I don't feel right. I don't care who it is. I don't feel right doing that. Now I'm going to show y'all this. Y'all can go look in the files. So the actual autopsy is in the actual files. It's the last file. You see this little marking down here? These are the evidence that was sent by the state. It says state's exhibit number 3, as y'all see right there, right? Now look at this, right? Now I'm saying right here, right? State exhibits number 4. All these are the exhibits. So everything that they put in the court is right here. The autopsy is here too. It's the last one. I don't want to show that out of respect on the screen. I don't want to show that. There was no drugs in this system. That whoever put that out, that was fake. That was created by AI. I already had that checked. I already had that verified. Period. So what I'm saying to you guys, I didn't show y'all the autopsy. The person who showed y'all this the other day, I showed y'all these pictures. I did not show you the picture of the actual wound in that man's heart. And I did not show you, I'm going to tell you again, I did not show you the autopsy. The autopsy's here. The official autopsy that was entered in court is here. It's the last page. I can't show you. So you can go through this. You'll see a lot of things on here that's been entered, all these evidence, and the autopsy was entered. So when you go look up this is in the official files. The autopsy is the official autopsy is in these files. So it's almost like 59 or almost 60 exhibits. And the last one is the autopsy. The last couple ones is the actual photo of the wound. And I mean, it's devastating. And then the picture of the actual autopsy of this man's, and then the autopsy of his body, right? Now, and for everybody asking about the knife and things like that, Karmelo Anthony already admitted that he had the knife. He admitted he did it. I mean, that's not even a question. He admitted that he did it on the scene. So his parents are not even complaining and saying, oh, he didn't do it. No, they're saying he did it. They're saying that, oh, he did it in self-defense, right? They're not saying he was jumped. They're not saying any of these goofy things that people are saying on the internet lying. Black folks just upset and are tired of getting a short end of the stick, and I understand it. I totally understand it. Black folks tired of us not getting, we tired of the Trayvon Martin type of shit. But what I'm saying is that, ladies and gentlemen, we cannot lie and falsify things to get to that. People are going to get in real big shit online for lying and falsifying the official. I'm telling y'all, a storm is coming. Remember, I told all y'all this. This is why whenever I bring y'all stuff on my channel, I only talk about what's in the actual paperwork. I don't make up paperwork. I don't come on here and I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? And if it's my thoughts, I give you what I think. I don't say, yo, this is official, or this is what happened, or this. I don't do that because that's the quickest way to get your ass sued and ran up out of here, right? So let me say this to y'all again, right? And I'm telling y'all this right now. So, what's the legal threshold in Texas? You have to go look up Texas Penal Code 9.32. I'm giving y'all information so you guys can see this, right? I'm giving you information you guys can see. To the lady who says in the comment section, what about the unedited video? I showed you the unedited video. You're saying the unedited video. I'm showing you. Now, somebody says, what's the lie? The witness lied. Matter of fact, I'll get to that right now. I'm going to come back to the other part. Because y'all asked me a million questions and y'all are slowing me down. I'm going to get right to it. Here's what's the statements from the actual trial. I'm finna show y'all what happened. Right? To the person who said coroner's lied to, coroner's not lying about the autopsy. Once again, let me say this to everybody listening to this video. You guys are saying everybody's lying but yourselves. Make it make sense. Listen to what I'm saying to y'all. Karmelo Anthony is not denying murdering Austin Metcalf. He's only saying that he feels it was self-defense. He literally told the cops on the body cam when he was sitting in the car, could it be considered self-defense? What is wrong with my people? He literally said this on the body cam. I'll come back and show it to you. Now let's keep going. And to the person who said I'm slow, I'm not doing no name calling in here. So you can say whatever you want to say. I'm showing you what's on the files, right? Because here's the thing. I'm thinking, okay, Karmelo Anthony going to have a way out because if he was surrounded by people who were bigger than him and he felt like, yo, I already got pushed, what's coming next? They gonna do something crazy to me. That's not what Texas law says. And I'm finna show y'all this. But I'm finna show y'all why his coroner didn't lie. Listen, I'm finna show y'all why the coroner didn't lie. He admitted and matter of fact, his father on the Breakfast Club admitted that he dropped that knife in the bleachers. Go back and listen to his father and his mother's interview on the Breakfast Club. But I'm going to show y'all this right here. Let me put this out on the screen for you guys. Hold on one second. I want to show y'all. Right? Right? Now, here we go right here, you guys. Now, and I want y'all to see this. I'm going to put this in blue for y'all so y'all can read what I'm reading. Y'all, hey, everybody in the comment section, let me know if you guys can see that on the screen. I don't want you to send me no information on email, sir. I don't even check that. I don't want to see none of that. I don't get my information from people on YouTube. I got information from people who are in the real spaces. Right? People who's really behind the scenes on that situation. No disrespect. Y'all let me know if y'all can see that writing on the screen right there. Can y'all see that writing on the screen? Yo, let me know, because I don't want it so y'all can't see it. If I got to make it bigger, I'll make it bigger. Let me know if you guys can read that writing on the screen. Right? Right? I want to know if y'all can see the writing on the screen, right? Right? Can y'all see it? Yo, y'all let me know in the comment section. If I got to make it a little bigger, I'll make it bigger. Okay, you guys can see it? You can't see it? All right, hold on. Hold on. It's smaller. Hold on. Let me make it bigger. Hold on, you guys. I'll make it bigger for y'all. Can y'all see it now? Let me know if you guys can see this now. Can y'all see this now? Let me know in the comment section. Need everybody let me know, because I'm finna show y'all something. All right, y'all can see it now? All right. This was in the actual transcript. These are actual quotes from the trial, and this will go to both his team and both his new defense appellate team and to the prosecution and as soon as I get my hands on the actual transcripts, I'll show it to you guys. 2 teenage witnesses testified for Karmelo Anthony. So 2 of their witnesses testified for the defense on the 7th day of the trial, right? Karmelo Anthony, 19 of Frisco, has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder in the April 2nd, 2025 killing of Austin Metcalf, 17 years old, and claims he acted in self-defense. So once again, he's claiming, yes, I did it, but it was self-defense. So all these people saying, he didn't do it, this is different. Like, you're a liar. He's already said he did it. He said it's self-defense, period. Now, and I quote, he was crying and there was a coach comforting him. This is what Karmelo Anthony's witness said. This is his witness. Now, Karmelo Anthony's parents said that the prosecution's witnesses, the ones that the prosecution had, lied on the stand. But this is their witness. This is the defense witness on the 7th day. Now look at this, y'all. He was crying, and there was a coach comforting him. End quote. The witness said, I would say distraught is the best way to describe it. Right? 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 So let me say this again. Collin County District Judge John Roach has asked the media not to identify the young witnesses. So people who are putting these kids' pictures on the YouTube, they're gonna come and get your ass. Because there's an order to not put these kids' faces. That's why when everybody asks me, Ticket, why did you blog out their faces? Because those kids have not been identified as far as their photos. So here's the thing. If you put up a photo of these kids and anything happens to one of those kids, bro, that's the reason why I blocked out my photos as far as all the other kids who were witnesses who testified in that case. You might want to look that up. But the judge, he asked them not to identify these people, right? So, and you're also dealing with kids, so you got to think about that. So anyways, the 17-year-old Centennial High School student, this is Karmelo Anthony's student. This is from his school, not from the other school, right? To the person who said they're not kids, you're not understanding. They're kids at the time. So when they're testifying, some of these kids are still in school. They are kids. You got to understand this. That's why they were redacted. Are you not hearing what I'm saying to you guys? That's why they were redacted, right? Listen, one of them was 17 years old, right? Are you hearing what I'm saying to y'all? Look at the screen. Look at the screen, right? So you have to put these things into context, right? Right? So again, you're not listening to you guys have to have a better thought process, a lot of y'all, of what y'all saying. You're not listening now. Right now, a 17-year-old, read your screen. One 17-year-old Centennial High School student and teammate testified. You're not listening. You guys are not understanding what we're saying to y'all. You feel what I'm saying? You're not listening to what I'm saying to y'all. I'm showing you the screen. 17 years old. Is something wrong with people in this world? Is something wrong with people in this world? I truly think that. I truly think that. This is why it was ordered that their photos and their things not be put on the internet. Because they're in high school. But I don't think people want to understand this and listen. You're not listening. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about right now. Read the screen. I don't, bro, I literally don't get black folks sometimes, man. And I hate to say that because I'm black. I hate to say that. Read the screen. One 17-year-old Centennial High School student and teammate testified. How's that 18 or 19? 17 years old. The judge asked the media not to identify those young witnesses. Don't put their faces out there. So what does it say? This is from Karmelo School. To the person who says, good luck, Karmelo. No, he's at the forefront of the case. Of course, everybody knows who he is. Everybody knows who Austin is. But they're not the witnesses. This is what you guys are not understanding. Right? Bro, listen, I'm about to block you, bro. Stop asking me for that, bro. I don't care about anything you're trying to send me a bombshell. I don't get my information from you people. The people I get my information from is at the top of the top. Believe that. So anyways, let me say this. So as y'all see right here, one 17-year-old Centennial High School student and teammate testified that Karmelo Anthony appeared emotional and was crying after the stabbing. Now, this is his witness. His witness. Two teenage witnesses testified for the defense on the 7th day of the trial. Now, y'all all follow me now. Karmelo's witness said he was crying and there was a coach comforting him, the witness said. I would say distraught is the best way to describe it, right? The witness explained that the Centennial track team was in a dugout of a nearby baseball field. So when we all ask, well, where was the rest of his team at? His own witness, let me say this again. His own witness got on the stand and said that the track team was in a dugout in a nearby baseball field to shelter from the rain, and that Karmelo had went to the memorial, right? Let me say this, tent of Memorial High School. To the person who asked me that question in the comment section about 17, listen, I don't make the laws. Don't you know that they charge minors as adults all the time in murder cases? Don't you know that, ma'am? You have to learn the law. See, this is the thing. Y'all get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the law. The law is disgusting. Don't get mad at me. Get mad. I'm showing you the law. So this is not even my personal opinions. Nothing I tell y'all is my personal opinions. Everything I'm showing y'all is the law. I got love for all of y'all in here. Whether you like me or not, I got love for all of y'all in here. But I'm showing you the law, not me, the Texas law. Look at what it says right here, y'all. It says the witnesses explained that the Centennial track team was in the dugout of a nearby baseball field to shelter them from the rain, that Anthony went to the tent of the Memorial High School. So that's where they were all at. Now check this out, y'all. He said, I heard loud, or he or she, I don't know which one is it, says I heard loud voices over there. And when I looked, people were not facing the field anymore. He said they were looking back. The witness said he walked towards the memorial tent when he saw someone's arms reach out and saw a push to Karmelo Anthony. Now, let me say this again. The parents from Karmelo Anthony did not say their witnesses were lying. They said all of the prosecution's witnesses lied. Karmelo Anthony's own witness from his own school, the parents, they never said he got jumped. Karmelo Anthony's witness, this is his own witness that they called. His parents have not said, hey, our witnesses lied. He didn't say that. His parents have said that the prosecution's witnesses lied and changed their story. Listen, so his witness said that he walked towards the memorial tent, and when he saw someone's arms, let me reach this out, right? When he saw someone's arms, right? Now, listen to what I'm saying to y'all. He saw someone's arms reach out and saw a push into Karmelo Anthony. This is quotes on what he said. This is right in the courthouse news service. I couldn't believe how I found this. And that's when y'all going to see, when the official transcripts come out, y'all are going to see. But check this out. We ain't finished yet. It gets crazier, y'all. He says, what I saw was Austin pull up his shirt and say he got stabbed. He testified. He added that he did not see the stabbing. Now listen, here's the point right here, and this is the crazy part. On cross-examination, Collin County First Assistant District Attorney Bill Worski challenged the witness's earlier statements that Karmelo Anthony was surrounded before the stabbing. So this same witness said that, hey man, Karmelo was surrounded before that stabbing. That's the whole point of the defense, is that, yo, a dude came up, put his hands and pushed this man, and this man was surrounded, so he was in fear of what was going to happen next. We all know what's going to happen after somebody push you down. They're going to pack you out. We know that. What you think? You think he was going to push him down and that was going to be it? No, they was going to pack his ass out. But they didn't pack him out at that point. He had just got pushed. He was in fear that he was going to get packed out. Now, check out right here. Now, watch this right here. On cross-examination, the Collin County First Assistant District Attorney Bill Worski challenges the witness's earlier statements that Karmelo Anthony was surrounded before the stabbing. Now, listen, y'all. Listen. Prosecutors showed surveillance footage that appeared to show the witness was not looking towards the memorial tent when the stabbing occurred. Let me show this again. So the person who said that they were a witness, they're actually in that video, but they wasn't looking at the time of the stabbing. And they got him on tape, and they played the tape in court. Now listen, watch this next line. The assistant DA, district attorney, then said, "My impression when we first met you was that you thought when you saw Karmelo surrounded, it was before the stabbing," he said. The witness said, "Yes, sir," the witness said. The district attorney said, "That was actually after the stabbing? ? When you and I met, you told me you thought it was before the stabbing." This shit blew my mind, y'all. It blew my damn mind. Karmelo Anthony's own witness told them people that Karmelo was surrounded before the stabbing. But listen, y'all. When they got on the stand and the district attorney cross-examined them, they said that was actually after the stabbing? ? Worski added, "When you and I met, you told me that you thought it was before the stabbing ? Karmelo Anthony's witness said on the stand, "I could not really tell." The witness responded, "I thought it was as the stabbing was happening." The district attorney says, "You know you're wrong ? Karmelo Anthony's witness says, "Yes, sir." To people who saying the video was edited, the video was not edited. I have the official video. People are lying. It was not edited. I have the official video. The people who are showing you that may have edited that video, right? And like I said, I don't want to see the dude go to prison. I believe that he truly acted out of fear. He has no record, no nothing to show that he's some type of stone cold killer, that, you know what I'm saying, he's a straight up hitter. And he don't have that. I believe he's a good kid, right? I believe he's a good kid who reacted in a way he should not have reacted. In fact, let me show y'all this. Where did I put that damn video? I had that damn video right here. Where did I put that video, man? I had the video right here. Man, don't tell me how I erased that damn video, man. That shit gonna have me. Oh, I got it right here. Here it go. I got it. I know I got it. Hold on, I'm about to show y'all right now. All right, you guys. So I'm gonna show y'all so everybody can see, because it was in the files, and this ain't even the one that they were showing in the court. The original, the one that has the highlighting. This one don't have no highlighting, no nothing. This one is the actual full-time, video, and I have it right here. It has the time, everything on it, and I've already authenticated it. I had it authenticated to see if it was tampered with or if it was real, and it was real. Let me show y'all. This is the real, actual footage. Hold on, you guys. Let me move this. Show y'all this right here. All the witnesses did not lie. His own parents did not say his witnesses lied. As you guys can see, y'all see that right there in the bottom right hand corner? This is the timestamps for you guys who's looking. That's the date and the actual time. This is the actual video footage, right? Let me show y'all this again. Date, actual time, right? So, as y'all can see, I can let this play through the whole time. It will never, ever jump. It will never change. Everybody's in the right positions. It was never, and here's the time right here in the bottom right-hand corner. You see the time right there? Let me show y'all. Hold on, because I know some of y'all might be blind and not see it. See, here it is right here. Here it is right here. No, the defense witnesses did not lie. His own parents did not say. His own parents said the prosecution witnesses, not the defense. Listen to what I said. Right. So everybody has to understand this. You guys are not going to tell that man something that's better than his own parents. You're not going to do that. You're not going to tell somebody something that's better than their own parents. His own parents is not going to go to the Breakfast Club and lie on their own kid to get him jammed up. It's not going to happen. You guys are listening to weirdos on the internet that's out here lying and trying to capitalize off this boy's death and off this boy being in prison. It's disgusting. To the person who asked, so I'm showing y'all, that's the time right there. Y'all see the time? So keep your eyes on the time. Keep your eyes on everybody moving in this video. It never changes. It never changes. These people have not been showing y'all the real one. Right? No, I'm not. Eddie wasn't a witness for it. Listen, somebody said Eddie lied. Eddie lied. He wasn't a witness for the defense. Eddie was a witness for the prosecution. That's why he said all the witnesses lied from their original statements from the prosecution. Eddie was not a witness for the defense. People got to understand this. Eddie was a prosecution witness. Black folk, please work with me. Use your minds. Here we go right here. Somebody said, where's the tent? Okay, here's the tent right here in the upper corner. Here's the tent right here. Here's a tent right here. There's a tent over here, right here. Okay? Y'all see this? Right. We're not talking about Eddie, though. You guys are not understanding. I'm not talking about no prosecution witnesses. I don't care about the prosecution's witnesses. I don't trust them. I'm saying to you that Karmelo Anthony's own witness got on the stand and admit that they lied. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I'm saying to you. Now, I want y'all to all look at the time in the bottom right-hand corner. I can just let it play. It's not, listen, and not only that, I'm showing y'all 1,000%. And I have every camera angle. So there's a camera at this angle. There's a camera at the other angle of the other half of the field. These people are so crazy. They only have a camera that's showing the middle. They only have a camera showing this half, a camera showing the other half of the field. Right? So these are all security cameras. People got to understand these are CCTV security cameras, right? So look at the time at the bottom. The time is not going to I'm never going to change the time. You can count it, see it yourself. And I sent the video to get authenticated. This video has not been tampered with or touched at all. You won't see no outlining, no nothing of that. This is a raw video, uncut. I have all the videos, right? Right? This is why I told y'all this, right? This is why I said y'all. No. She did admit that they lied. She said, once again, to the person in the comment section, I'm going to show you, as soon as I finish this, I'm going to show you again. Because he asked that witness, didn't you tell me this? And he said, yeah. So I'm going to show you again. Somebody said, where's the tent? Are you blind? Do you not see the tent in the upper left-hand corner? That's the tent over here in the upper left-hand corner. I think, hold on, let me put this up. I think people are blind on YouTube. Do y'all not see that tent up there? That's the tent in the upper left-hand corner. Somebody said, what's the point? The point is this. His own witness said that he was not surrounded before the stabbing. Period. His own witness said this. And his own witness said that he was pushed. Karmelo, and I ain't talking about the prosecution. I'm talking about the witness that Karmelo Anthony put on the stand. But y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear. So when I'm showing y'all this paperwork, y'all don't want to hear this stuff. When I'm showing y'all uncut video footage, I'm not even moving it. Count it yourself. Go get it analyzed yourself. Don't take my word for it. I don't want nobody to take my word for it. You should not take nobody's word on YouTube for this. You should go do your own research. So the person says it's too small. What do you mean it's too small? Hey, hold on. I'll put the time up again right here. Time ain't too small. We can make it big. Time right there. That's the official. This is the official video. Uncut, raw. You will not see that time change. You will not see the time change. So the person said they don't see a tent. Okay, let me move the camera. I don't know how black folks act like this. See that tent up there in the left-hand corner? That's the tent right there in the left-hand corner of your screen. I got to blow it up just so y'all can see it bigger. That's the tent right there. Right there's the tent. Now, do you see the tent, ma'am? Do you see the tent now? Do you see the tent now? No, I don't want to focus on just the tent. I'm going to show you the time and the tent because people are lying saying, oh, this is edited. This is edited. I already had this whole raw video. I'm going to say it again, right? And to the people, like I said, you can unsubscribe. Bro, it's not going to hurt me. I want Karmelo Anthony to get a fair trial. I'm not going to lie about it. So if you want to unsubscribe, that ain't going to hurt me. The truth ain't never going to hurt me. Once again, the truth ain't never going to hurt me. That's the tent right there. Right? Right. So everybody who's asking about the cameras, I don't like the way they got the camera set up at this security, but it's security cameras. So they got one on this side, you guys, and they got another camera that's like at the very second half of the field. So it's like one half of the field being shown, another half of the field, not the middle. That's crazy to me. They got to fix that. That's crazy. If you guys can see, here's another thing that nobody looked at. You don't see any other cameras around here. So when people said they saw a clear video, you have to ask people a question. What angle was this video from? Ask the people who said they saw a clear video, what angle did they see the video from? Because there ain't no clear video here that you can see. What angle did they see the video from? You have to ask these people that. Okay, well, what was the angle you seen the video from? People who said it was distorted, it's not distorted. This is the actual security camera footage. This is how security camera footage looks from over. You know how long of a distance that is right there? That's damn near 100 yards. You're not gonna get 4K from 100 yards. The more you blow it up, the more blurry it gets from far away. Look, closer up is better to see. Look at all those people close. Closer up, you can see things better. Closer up, you can see things better. Farther away, it's harder to see. It's harder to see. Somebody says it's showing the confrontation. Bro, this is the whole video, uncut. I told y'all this. Didn't I tell you I got the whole video? I don't got a little part. I got the entire video. I can sit up here and let this video play all this whole time. Y'all see it right there? Now look, y'all. What's the time on the screen? 9:52, right? At 9:54, the stabbing's going to happen. I'm going to make it smaller so y'all can see it in the screen. Let me stretch it to the screen so y'all can see what's going to happen. Now, everybody in this chat room, do y'all see the time in the bottom right-hand corner, yes or no? Do you see the time in the bottom right-hand corner, yes or no? That's all I want to know. Do you see the time in the bottom right-hand corner, yes or no? Right? Because I want y'all to look. At 9:54, like around 9:54, 35-second mark, that's when shit gonna pop off in that tent in the upper left-hand corner. Y'all let me know in the comments if y'all can see the time. I'm not finna, see, that's why I told y'all I had the raw video. I'm not finna touch this shit. I'm finna show y'all. Look at everybody in the photo. Look at everybody in the video. You don't see nobody else move from their spot. You don't see the video jump where somebody wasn't where they was at. You guys can see everybody walking in the same position, everybody in the same positions. And then you can see everybody react to the tent. All those people that's right there close to us, you can see all of them react to the tent. Here it goes right here. We're a minute away, y'all. So you can literally see everybody react to that tent. All these people. You're going to see people pointing their hands like, yo, what the hell's going on over there? All of this. Listen now. Listen now, you guys. So watch this, y'all. Look at everybody. Look at the time. As soon as it gets to 9:54, you're not going to see no time skip. Not only are you not going to see no time skip, they're not surrounding him. Everybody's sitting under the tents. You guys got to understand the teams are sitting under the tents. So when they say, oh, they're surrounding him, that's not it. The teammates are sitting under the tents. So if you look at all the other tents, I got other views. The other tents was packed like that too because everybody's sitting down. Karmelo was sitting in the back of the tent. Listen, here we go right here, y'all. Look. So here it goes right here, 20 seconds. Look at the time. Look at this time right here. 20 seconds, it's going to pop off. Look now. Look, you guys. 3 seconds, it's going to be over with. Look. I'm going to show you the time so y'all see. Don't nobody watch everybody around here. Nobody standing up. Everybody say they stand up. You can't even see that. They're sitting down. I'm going to blow it up for you. Everybody's turning around. Game over. It just happened. There it is right there. Look, y'all. Look. Nobody moved in this camera. Hold on. Nobody moved. Let's play it again. Once again, look at everybody. Y'all see the time. Y'all see everybody right here. No time skip. Nobody. Everybody's in the same places. Everybody's in the same places. I'm going to zoom into the 10 in a second. I want to show the time. Look. So y'all saw the time went right by. No time skip. Let's look at the time again. I have to do this because some people don't understand English. Let's put the time again to show y'all. This went down at 9:54, 35-second mark. Right there, you can go from there on. Right? Right here. Look. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59. Y'all see this? Everybody's in the same spots. Everybody's moving normal. Nobody jumped here, jumped there, no skip, nothing. Okay, now that we've established that the clock is right. Now let me blow up the other side. Look, this is what I'm going to show you I'm going to do. I'm going to go back right here. Where are we at, you guys? What time does that say on the screen, y'all? What time does that say on the screen, everybody? That says 9:54:33. Y'all see that right there, right? 9:54:33, right? Y'all see that right there? I'm showing y'all this. Y'all see this right here, right? 9:54:33. Everybody sees this, right? Now, watch what I'm about to show y'all right here. 9:54:33. This is right before it popped off. Now, why am I showing y'all this time? Because I want y'all to watch all these people in this video right here. Watch everybody. You don't see nobody jump out of place or move. The time is going to go completely through normal. Watch this, y'all. Let me show y'all. 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Y'all see this, right? So no time skip. Nobody moved out of place. Nobody. Everybody on this side really don't know what's going on. They can't really see over there. It's already happened. Then once the dude notice, hey, something's going on, he starts pointing over there. Right? Right there. See how he pointed over there in that video right there? See how he pointed? He saw it. He said, hey, something going on over there. Then all these people start reacting to what they saw. Look at him. He's pointing. He's like, hey, something's going on. Something's going on. Do you see? Do you see? All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, let's move this right here, you guys. Here we go. Now, y'all see it, right? Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Right? I'm going to put this back right here. I'm going to put this back right here. I'm going to put it back to 32. Right there. Right? 9:54:32. Y'all see this on the screen, right? Y'all see it on, everybody see this on the screen. 9:54:32. Y'all all see it on the screen. Now, check it out, y'all. I'm going to move it. I'm going to move it. All I'm doing is moving the screen. Look, 9:54:32. Hadn't moved. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to blow this up. I'm going to blow this up as much as I can right here so we can see that tint. Now, for everybody asking, I did not change the time. Look, time's the same. All right. Everybody's in their right spots. Time's the same. Y'all, nothing happened yet. People just doing what they do. Now watch this, you guys. Chat, y'all. Watch this now. Now, let me blow this up a little bit as much as I can. Right? This thing happened less than 3. Bro, you can't jump somebody less than 3 seconds and beat the hell out of them, bro. It's not happening. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. People are lying. And I'm going to let it keep playing. I'm going to rewind it a couple times so y'all can see it. And then we're going to just roll like this. Now, look, y'all. Look. Now, y'all see, that's the tent right there, right? That's the tent. All right? Now, let's play what happens. From 9:54:32 on. Let's see the tent. Look, y'all. Nobody's standing. They're sitting down. He stands up, pushes them, stab, out. The tent. Right there. Simple as that. I'm not even stopping it. I'm not even stopping. He falls down. I'm going to show you. It wasn't even a minute this thing happened. I'm going to show you again. Wasn't even a minute. Matter of fact, I'm going to go back a little bit further. I'm going to go back just a little bit further before then. Watch, y'all. So this is back a little bit further. Now I'm playing the video now. Check it out, y'all. You don't see nobody ganging up, punching up, none of that. All you see is this guy right around here, push, stab, out. Drops the knife right there, looks down, runs over here, falls down, gets up, and goes out. Come on, bro. Y'all got to stop this, man. People lying. And I didn't even change the time. Let me do it again. Let me show y'all again. Black folks. Let me show y'all again, right? Look again. Y'all see, look, right here. Stands up over him. This is Karmelo right here. He stands up over him, pushes, he stabs him, runs out the tent like this in 3 seconds. Watch. Push, 1, 2, stab, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, fall down, 11, 12, he's out. He's out. He's out. He's out. He's out. Once again, let's play it again. Let's play it again. Let's play it again. Y'all see it? Watch this guy right here. He's going to push. This guy right here is going to push, stab, push, stab, out the tent. There's no jumping. To people say I'm wrong, I'm not wrong. Bro, listen. You don't have to ask me. His own witnesses said he was pushed. What is people talking about? I don't understand. Hold on. Let's rewind this a little bit more. Let's go back a little bit further, y'all. I went back further. Where is he getting jumped at? Show it to me. That autopsy's fake. It's AI. The autopsy people put out there is AI. I got the real autopsy. That's AI. You won't, and I promise y'all this. You do see the stab. I'm about to show you. The stab is where he pushes him, and then he comes back and pokes him and gets out the tent. Watch. Right here. He's going to push him. That's Austin right there. He's going to stand up. Everybody else is sitting down. That guy's standing up. Everybody else sitting down. He's going to stand up over him right here. Push. Stab. Out the tent. Gone. Period. There ain't no other. Let me say this again. I'm saying this again to y'all. Are y'all not watching the same thing we're watching? Let me rewind it again. There ain't nobody standing up. All those people are sitting down. Sitting. That person standing up at the bottom. These people are sitting down. Watch now. He's sitting down. Why? Because he stands up over Karmelo and pushes that nigga. Watch. There's nobody standing up. It's Karmelo right here. He's going to stand up and push him. Watch. Stand up, push him, poke, out Karmelo. Show y'all again. Because once again, these people are lying to y'all. And it's on the record, bro. Let me show y'all again. That's Karmelo right here. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this is Karmelo right here. You're going to see Karmelo because he gets pushed. Watch. Right? Here's Karmelo. Push, poke, out. Period. It wasn't a lot of pushing. That's a lie. I'll zoom in some more. It wasn't, bro. Bro, you guys, again, bro, his own team, I'm talking about his own legal team. I'm talking about his own representatives, his own parents are saying that he got pushed. Nobody's saying that he got jumped. It's the internet saying this. The internet is lying. Look, you guys, and I don't lie. You know what? I said, hey, Lord, just give me the discernment, because the era that we live in, people are going to say all of these treacherous things, right? They're going to say it. This is just the era we live in. Push, poke, out. Straight like that. Straight like that. Y'all see it? I'm trying to blow it up as much as I can. Y'all see it? It's disgusting to me, man. Y'all see it right here. Hold on. Wind it to you again. So let's go back a little bit further, right? All those people sitting down, 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 sitting down. Watch, y'all. All these people are sitting down right here. He's going to stand up over Karmelo and push that nigga. Here's Karmelo right here. Watch. Watch my arrow, y'all. He going to push Karmelo. You watch my arrow. Once he stand up, you know what's coming. I'm going to tell you when he going to stand up, because you see it. You see it. He's not moving right here. Now he gets up, pushes him, poke, out. There it is right there. There it is right there. He gets up, pushes, pokes, out. Gets up, pushes, pokes out. They're sitting there. Once again, let me do this again, y'all. You don't see any commotion going on over there as far as people stand up around him. Push, look, stand up, push, poke, out. Push, poke, out. That's Karmelo in the Gray Essentials hoodie. Right there. Push, poke, out. Say it again. And let me say this again to y'all. Right?
How many people right there? You know, live to me and tell you
that it was clear, rainy, hot.
someone else.
Now, listen, y'all. Listen what I'm saying to y'all.
And they've changed their tune a little bit. Listen to what they're saying now.
What we saw inside the courtroom was a grainy, hard to see video, but there was a lot of people outside the courtroom who said that they went to ISD and watched the footage and said that it was clear, and they said that they saw more than what we were shown. Can you speak on that?
Well, so Nick, you know I wasn't in there, right? But I can tell you I did see the video at Frisco ISD. And the video that at Frisco ISD, it's not like you can sit there and look at the pimple on someone's face, but you can identify what's there, right? In front of you. And so what has been described to me, you know, is like, no, you could at least kind of know and count how many people right there. You know
well,
what
we
I
can count how many bodies, but we can't see like faces. You know what I mean? Like we could see like, okay, somebody's sitting right there, somebody's sitting right there, but we couldn't see like Karmelo in Austin's face, or you know what I mean? It just was like kids there.
Mm-hmm.
Some people were saying that they were able to see him getting jumped. I couldn't see that. So I was wondering if you guys saw something different.
Hi, everyone.
Now, listen. I'm going to say it again. Watch. He going to stand up. He's sitting down. He going to stand up right here. Watch him stand up. Right. He going to stand up. Look, y'all. He stands up. Right. Watch this right here, y'all. Right now. Stands up, pushes him, pokes, and he's out of there. Straight like that. Straight like that. Straight like that, man. And his own witness went into court. Let me say it again. His own witness went into court.
No, no, it's not. It's not. I didn't see that with that video. No.
Try to tell people. Now let me put this back to its size, just to show y'all. Right. Right now, let me show y'all again from an extended view, so y'all can see. Right. And to the person who says, "Oh, he threw something in the trash," nah, it was slippery wet down there. That's why Karmelo Anthony. Everybody said, "Oh, ticket. He threw something in the trash." He didn't throw nothing in the trash. That nigga grabbed the trash can so he wouldn't fall down. He grabbed the trash can so he wouldn't fall down because it was so wet down there. Because that's why Karmelo Anthony fell, because it was wet down there on them bleachers. Watch. When Karmelo runs out, I'm going to debunk all these lies. When Karmelo runs out, because you don't need a lie. And on this earth, all you need is the truth. And the Lord going to bless you. The truth, the Lord going to bless you. He going to keep you. Straight, the truth is always going to set you free. He grabbed onto that trash can because they was trying to run, but it was wet down there. That's why Karmelo fell. Watch this, y'all. Watch right here. Watch. Watch this trash can right here. Watch what I tell y'all. He gonna grab the trash can so he don't fall. Look how he slipped when he ran. Because Karmelo running right here. Look, Karmelo comes up, drops the knife right there. He looks down, and then he runs this way, right? Runs, and he slips up right here. Boop, slipped up. That guy, he grabbed the trash can so he wouldn't slip. Look. And he's sliding over here. They're sliding, and they're trying not to run fast. You see how he slid right there when he went back? That little nigga was trying not to fall down. Look, once again, watch this right here. Watch this right here, y'all. That trash can't even move. Look, y'all. This video is the truth. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This ain't the truth. This is the truth. This is the actual surveillance video. This is the actual surveillance video. Didn't I tell you I got both angles? So if you want to believe that I'm not lying, or I'm lying, I'll show you again. I'll show you the other angle. That way, you don't have no question of whether I'm telling the truth or not. Here's the other angle for you right there. That's the reason why. Hold on, my bad. That's the reason why you didn't see that whole tent in that picture. That's the other side. Didn't I tell you they had 2 cameras on each side? Now you think I'm lying? You think I'm lying? Now look at that time right there. Same time, other half of the field. You don't have to trust it. You don't have to trust it. You don't have to trust anything. Other side, other half of the field. Period. These are security cameras. So one camera's on that one side, one camera showing the other half. And look, y'all, you know what nobody else talked about? Why didn't nobody else talk to y'all about this? They said, oh, well, all those people was in the tent. Yeah, they were all in the tent. All these people were in the tent. Nobody said they're sitting up. They're all sitting down, packed in that tent. Look at them. This is the other school's tents. This is how kids were doing. They were all sitting down in the tent. Listen right here. They're all sitting down in the tent. You see all those kids sitting down in that tent? Come on, bro. That's the same. Everybody. So you think, oh, they ganging up. No, they're all sitting under the tent. All of them. Because you see the raindrops coming down still. It's wet out there. So they're all sitting under this tent. They're all sitting under this tent over here. And under this tent. They ain't tell y'all that. So it'll look like, oh, they doing that. Bro, these people all sitting under that tent, bro. So you had 1, 2, 3. That's one high school right there with the L on it. They had 2 little small tents. This high school had their own tent. And then Memorial had their tent on the other side of the camera. This is what y'all seeing. So you're watching people constantly going in and out of the tent. Right? Once again. And to the person who said Austin Friend stabbed him, that's a lie. He didn't. Austin, admitted to doing it. So you're a liar, sir. Karmelo Anthony admitted to doing it. You want me to show you that? I'll show you that. No problem. I tell you, bro, you see, y'all come on YouTube with all these little lies, innuendos, all this shit you want to bring. It's not going to outdo the truth ever, bro. The man sat right up there and admitted to the goddamn cops, brother. He admitted to him. So whatever you say is not going to be enough. You can lie. And that was a lie. Talking about they offered him a deal, that was a lie. Because any deal that had to be offered had to be presented to the judge 30 days before. Right? Well, the appeal is not even about this. Here's the thing. People don't even know what the appeal is about. The appeal is not about any of this shit we're talking about. The appeal, Karmelo Anthony's lawyer's appeal, are on procedural things. The jury selection and the venue. Look it up. These people are not doing their homework. The appeal has nothing to do with this evidence in the trial. This is the part y'all don't understand. The appeal has nothing to do with the evidence in the trial, right? But what I said to y'all was his own witness admitted the lie because here it is right here. Watch, y'all. Watch. Watch, you guys. Watch. Attorneys for Karmelo Anthony. Oh, shit. Y'all can't see that. My bad. Attorneys for Karmelo Anthony rested his case Monday in his murder trial after prosecutors grilled defense witnesses. Right? Watch this, y'all. After prosecutors grilled defense witnesses, right, over his inconsistent statements of whether the black defendant was surrounded. Once again, I'm showing y'all this on the paperwork. Attorneys for Karmelo Anthony rested their case Monday in his murder trial after the prosecutors, that's the DA, y'all, the district attorney, grilled a defense witness over his inconsistent statements of whether the black defendant, Karmelo Anthony, was surrounded before he stabbed an unarmed white teenager at a suburban Texas track meet. Defense attorneys rested their case after an extended lunch break. Jurors were told to return the following day for closing arguments before being sequestered for deliberations. 2 teen witnesses testified for the defense on the 7th day of the trial. Anthony, 19 years old of Frisco, has pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder in April 2nd, 2025, killing of Austin Metcalf. James, what up, boy? 17 years old, and claims he acted in self-defense. So everybody keeps saying, oh, he didn't do this. Man, that's a lie. He acted in self-defense, bro. He's already said that. He's already, that's his claim. Karmelo Anthony's not in court saying, hey, I didn't do it. No, he's saying, yo, it literally was self-defense. He's saying, hey, it's self-defense, dog. It's self-defense. That's literally what he's saying. But I don't know why y'all don't want to hear that, and I have him on video saying that. He asked the guy daggone cop in the video, yo, can it be self-defense? Did y'all not hear that when he asked the cop in the video? He asked the cop that in the video. So the person said the witness is not reliable. You're not listening. These are his witnesses. The witnesses that Karmelo's dad said weren't reliable were the prosecution witnesses. Go listen to the Breakfast Club interview. His own father said all the prosecution witnesses. What is wrong with these people? Right? To the person who says stand your ground Texas, you don't know the law in stand your ground Texas. Stand your ground Texas, that law has discrepancies to it. This is what y'all don't understand. I don't know why people don't understand this. It ain't just stand your ground and somebody push you, you can stab them and kill them because they bigger than you. Even if they got a group of people in front of you. I'm going to show y'all this. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all. You have to understand the intricacies of the law. And y'all get mad, but I'm just showing you what the Texas law is. I got a problem with the Texas law. I have a problem with Texas law. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at Texas law. Because I feel like if a person is surrounded and feels like, yo, I'm going to get jumped or packed out, he has a right to stand on business. Right? But that's not what Texas law says. Texas law says, hey, that still doesn't give you a right. And I'm going to show y'all this. It's in the law. I'm going to show y'all. It's in the Texas Penal Code. But like I said to you guys right here, it says the 2 teenage witnesses testified. So it says Callan County District Judge John Roach asked the media not to identify the young witnesses. One 17-year-old Centennial High School student and teammate testified that Anthony appeared emotional and was crying after the stabbing. He was crying, and there was a coach comforting him, the witness said. I would say distraught is the best way to describe it. The witness explained the Centennial track team was in a dugout of a nearby baseball field to shelter from the rain, and that Karmelo Anthony went to the tent of the Memorial High School. He said, I heard loud voices over there, and when I looked, people were not facing the field anymore, he said. They were looking back. The witness said that he walked towards the memorial tent where he saw someone's arm. Let me repeat this again. This is Karmelo's own witness. This ain't ticket. This ain't no $2.10 Negro on YouTube who wasn't there. This wasn't nobody else. This was somebody who was there. I don't know why people on YouTube want to just come on here and act a fool. We talking about people who were actually there. The witness said, this is Karmelo Anthony's witness. He said that he walked towards the memorial tent when he saw someone's arms reach out and saw a push into Karmelo Anthony. Right? To the people who said Eddie called him into the tent, that don't mean nothing in Texas. I'm about to show y'all that right now. That don't mean nothing in Texas. I'm about to show y'all that right now. What I saw was Austin pull up his shirt and say he got poked. He testified, adding he did not see the stabbing, right? On cross-examination, Collin County First Assistant District Attorney Bill Werschke challenged the witness's earlier statements that Karmelo Anthony was surrounded before the stabbing. See, that was my whole defense. My defense was, hey, man, they surrounded this dude. What's up with that? But the prosecutors showed the surveillance footage that appeared to show that the witness, Karmelo Anthony's own witness, was not even looking towards the memorial tent when the stabbing occurred. Let me show y'all this again. So when Karmelo Anthony's witness went on the stand and said, yeah, I saw this, I saw that, the prosecutor, they showed the surveillance footage in the court. They said, hey, is that you right here in the camera? He like, yeah, you ain't even facing this whole situation when it went down. So how did you see what happened? And then he admitted on the stand. Listen, read right here. So it says, prosecutors showed surveillance footage that appeared to show the witness was not looking towards a memorial tent when the stabbing occurred. And I quote, he asked that witness, this is the district attorney, he says, my impression, say it to you again, my impression when we first met you was that you thought when you saw Karmelo surrounded, it was before the stabbing. Werschke asked. The witness said, yes, sir. The witness said. The DA says that was actually after the stabbing. When you and I met, you told me you thought it was before the stabbing, meaning that he got surrounded before the stabbing, right? Listen now. Listen. The witness said, I could not really tell. Game over. The witness lied on the stand. The witness told them that they seen him be surrounded, and then when they showed him on the videotape, not even looking, he got caught. He says, I could not really tell, the witness responded. I thought. He said, I thought it was as the stabbing was happening. Then the district attorney says, you know you're wrong, question mark. And Karmelo Anthony's own witness said, yes, sir. Y'all want to know why he got convicted? They jammed up this man's witnesses on the stand. Right? Here's another thing. So, and I'm going to debunk all these lies people telling on YouTube. Oh, it was another knife, man. It was another knife. Okay, let's talk about that. The defense attorneys, that means Karmelo's attorneys, they called the Frisco police detective, right? Bo Riley, who responded to the stabbing and interviewed witnesses. He testified that the knife Karmelo carried was legal to possess in Texas, including at stadiums. It was legal. That's not a question whether the knife was legal or not. The use is different. That's the part people not understanding on YouTube. Here it goes right here. Prosecution witnesses testified last week that Karmelo Anthony, right, cursed at and provoked and insulted students after being asked to leave the tent. A 16-year-old Memorial High School student testified Saturday that he heard Karmelo Anthony call a student a bunch of PUSSYs. Who were not going to do nothing about it. When he refused to leave, right? Let me repeat myself again. A 16-year-old witness said that he heard Karmelo Anthony call the students a bunch of pussies who won't gonna do nothing about it when he refused to leave. Defense attorneys, right? So the person said, was Karmelo Anthony DNA on the knife? Yes. They found a blood splatter on his hoodie as well. Matter of fact, let me show y'all that. I don't know why people don't be seeing this stuff, man. I be showing y'all this stuff, man. It's like people, like, they just want to be stuck in this world of just foolishness, bro. It don't make no sense to me, man. It really hurts my spirit, right? It really does. Cause you show people stuff and they don't want to listen. Hold on, you guys. I'm finna show y'all. First of all, this was Karmelo's bag that had that knife in it. This is the bag. That bag is open at the top right here. It's open. That's Karmelo's bag. That was entered in the evidence. As y'all can see. State's exhibit number 50. That was Karmelo's. Karmelo ran and left his bag over there. Remember when he ran, he didn't even have his bag? That's his bag right there. He left his bag over there. Right? The man left his bag over there. Now let's keep going. To the person who said Eddie lied, we know Eddie lied. I'm trying to tell y'all, this is the part y'all don't understand, bro. I know Eddie lied, but it doesn't matter because here's the reason why they don't care about that. They don't care whether or not Eddie lied because even if Eddie did invite him over there, if you, the law says if Eddie invites him over there and somebody else tells him that from that tent, yo, you can't be over there, he got to go. That's Texas law. It's stupid as hell. This is why we try and tell people in this channel. They don't even know the law. I agree Eddie lied. But the reason why it didn't matter is because Texas law says that if Eddie invited Karmelo Anthony to the tent, listen now, if he invited Karmelo to the tent, right? And the key people that was over there in the tent, the student leaders, told him, hey, you have to leave the tent. He has to leave. In the state of Texas, that's the law. I know y'all hate it. I hate it too. I hate it too. I hate it too. Right? Now, here's the way, and y'all remember it was raining outside. People said, oh, Tiki, it wasn't no blood on the knife. Yes, it was. Here it is right here. You can see the blood on the knife as it was still raining. It's right there. That's the knife. Everybody keeps showing y'all these fake pictures. This was actually in evidence. State exhibits number 53. Go look it up yourself. To the person who said they don't own the bleachers, you're not listening. Even though you're on public property, ma'am, learn Texas law. You don't understand the law. This is the reason why he got found the way he got found. Texas law say this. Even if it's public property like that, if a school has a tent, they have a right to have their people under the tent and remove or move whoever they want. This is the part y'all not understanding. I had to look this up myself. I hate the law. So let me give you an example. For an example, if you're at a public park, if you and your wife or you and your husband at a public park and y'all sit down and have a tent and put up a tent, a small tent, and sit down and have a picnic, somebody else cannot just come sit between y'all in that tent, even though it's public property in Texas. If you ask them, you have a legal right to ask them to leave from that tent. Now, you don't have a right to put their hands on them. But here's the thing. They don't have a right to stab you if you're not using or have lethal force. And guess what? In the state of Texas, let me tell y'all something. In the state of Texas, fists are not legal force. That's the sad part. Because I believe fists are lethal force. But in the state of Texas, fists are not lethal force. And this is why I tell y'all, people don't know the law. The law is jacked up in Texas. They don't know the law. Matter of fact, let me show y'all that. Let me show y'all that. They don't know the law, bro. Let me show y'all this too. I'm going to show y'all this too. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to show y'all this too. I can't show you everything, but I'm going to show y'all this. Right? I'm going to show y'all this. See this right here? That's the Essentials hoodie that Karmelo Anthony had on. Y'all see that blood drop that's right there in the middle of it? Where the marker's at right there? That's Austin Metcalf's blood. That was entered in the evidence. Don't ask me. All you got to do is go to State's Exhibit number 66. Pull it up. State's Exhibit. Go down to the courthouse and get the actual exhibit yourself. Number 66. That came back as a match to Austin Metcalf's blood splatter right there on that hoodie. Period. It's right there for you guys to see right there. Right? Right? So, now, yes, because y'all got to understand, when you post somebody and move out, it ain't just going to come all over you. It's going to be more internal bleeding and more like on him than it's going to be on you. I have other photos as well, but I'm not going to show y'all because it's just graphic. I can't show you on YouTube. Right? Now, let me show y'all what else I'm talking about. Because I need people to understand this, man. I need the people to understand that the Texas law is insane. And I don't like Texas law. I'll be honest with you, man. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to show y'all this. I'm about to show y'all this. Right? Right? Now that's penal code number 31, you guys. Put this on the screen for y'all. My bad. Here's the code in Texas. Right? To the person say you don't see the blood, bro, the spot is on there. It was already detected. Karmelo Anthony's not denying this. He's only saying that it was self-defense. Fist or not, I think this is why I told y'all Texas law is jacked up. Me personally, I think a person's fist can be used as a deadly weapon. In Texas, Texas law is disgusting, right? It's disgusting. I got it right here. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys. I want to show y'all this, right? Let's show y'all. Let me show y'all this. Hold on. Let me see. Give me 1 second, you guys. Here we go. Deadly force right here. Right? This is 9.31. You guys got to look this up. 9.31. Y'all see it right there? That's deadly force. 9.31. Deadly force. See, people get mad at you when I show y'all the law. How you going to get mad at me for showing you the law? Make it make sense. It don't make no sense. I'm showing you the actual Texas law. Texas laws are crazy as hell. Watch this, y'all. Watch this, right? A person is justified in using deadly force against another if the actor would be justified in using force against another or against the other under section 9.31. And 2, when to the degree the actor reasonably believes the deadly force is immediately necessary. A, to protect the actor against the other user's attempt of unlawful deadly force. Or B, to prevent the other's imminent commission of aggravated kidnapping, murder, sexual assault, or aggravated robbery, right? Now, here's the thing right here, right? We got to go to the punch, because if you look at it and you say, okay, well, is a punch sufficient? Is that it? You know what I'm saying? Those are the questions that you ask, right? So these are the questions that everybody will ask. Well, okay, what is the force? Like, can I use a punch? You know what I'm saying? Now let's show y'all this, right? Right? Hold on. I gotta show y'all. Wait 1 second, you guys. Right? 1 second, you guys. So, when we talk about punching in Texas, y'all see it right here, right? The use of lethal force weapon. For Karmelo Anthony in Texas to legally use a knife to defend himself, the person that he is going against, right? This is the wild law about Texas. Has to, one, have any weapon. Now let's read this again. Let's read this right here. Hold on. So, use of lethal force weapon. In this section, lethal force weapon means any weapon, which is a knife, gun, whatever, device, or munition that is designed, made, or adapted to expel a projectile or multiple projectiles against a target to temporarily incapacitate the target while minimizing the risk of seriously bodily injury or death. 2, a chemical dispensing device. So first of all, Karmelo Anthony, to be able to use that knife, one, the person would have to have a weapon, right? Period. 2, that person would have to have a chemical dispensing device. This is in Texas. 3, that person would have to have a device used to strike a person. So that's a thing that's used to hit him, like a baseball bat, something like that, a baton, something like that. 4, a stun gun, right? B, right? Now listen, hold on. Listen. Are y'all not watching this? Are y'all not watching this? So, what are we saying? We're saying that in Texas, you can't just use the fist. Or you can't just say, oh, because he punched me out or they punched me. This is the sad part, because once again, like, to me, this is just me. If you hit somebody with a fist the right way, you can kill them. To me, fists are deadly weapons. But in Texas, they don't consider your fists deadly weapons. That's the problem I have. Is in Texas, they don't consider your fists deadly weapons. I got a big problem with that. I got a major problem with that. Right? Now, we can go right to Texas law. Let me pull this up so we can go right to Texas law. Hold on, you guys. Now, this is Texas law. Don't tell me I ain't show y'all this. Do not tell me I ain't show y'all this. All right? This is Texas law. This is for everybody that's watching this video, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Do y'all see this? This is Texas law. Self-defense. Can you use deadly force in a fist fight in Texas? Right? Listen. Y'all need to learn the laws. That's why I keep trying to tell y'all, man. We getting destroyed because we don't know the law. Texas laws is disgusting. Now let me say this to y'all right here. Watch this. Let's play it. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure the volume's good. Let me make sure the volume's good. No, y'all can't hear it. Here we go right here. All right, y'all. Here we go.
Can you use deadly force against someone who is using their fists or about to use their fists against you? The general answer is no, but that's a bit of an oversimplification. In Texas, you can use force to counter the unlawful use of force against you. That has to be based on your reasonable belief that it is immediately necessary. Reasonableness is always a critical consideration in the use of force. While a normal punch may not be a deadly force in every circumstance, if you have a victim, or in a criminal case, the defendant who had to use self-defense, deadly force to defend themselves, and they have special circumstances, they're frail, they're elderly, they're otherwise limited in their capacity to defend themselves, that might be an instance where the force being used against them is actually deadly force. Similarly, you have to look at the person exerting the deadly force. We have seen in Tarrant County many times where individuals were charged with their fists as deadly weapons. So if it's good for the prosecution, it's certainly good for the defense to say that this particular person, let's say they were an MMA fighter, if that person uses their fists against a normal person, that might be a situation that calls for a response of deadly force. So this is always a fact-based inquiry. And what does that mean? It means it'll be up to a grand jury or a judge or a trial jury to ultimately decide whether or not the use of deadly force to defend a person, defend themselves, or a third person was reasonable. Another situation where you might be able to use deadly force to defend yourself is if you're being attacked by multiple assailants. Right. Even assuming they're all using their fists, that threat that they present as a group is much greater than any one of them individually. So the facts and circumstances matter absolutely when you're raising self-defense in the context of using deadly force. While we're on the topic of using deadly force to defend yourself, it's important to touch on what most people call stand your ground. If you look at all the laws in Texas, you'll never see the phrase stand your ground. We do have a concept, though, that if you're in a place that you have a legal right to be, and that you have not done anything to provoke or start an attack, then you don't have a duty to retreat. So if someone attacks you, you don't have a duty to retreat. Understand, though, that just because a person attacks you and you don't have a duty to retreat does not mean you can automatically use deadly force. You have to be able to show that you had a reasonable belief that your use of deadly force was immediately necessary, and understand that the judges, the juries, or potentially a grand jury is always going to look at that question of reasonableness. Was your belief reasonable? Would a reasonable person standing in your shoes believe that it was immediately necessary? Self-defense, whether it's the use of non-deadly force or the use of deadly force, is a justification. It's an affirmative defense. That means it is likely to almost certain that after using self-defense, and certainly after using deadly force to defend yourself, you're going to be arrested. You're going to be charged with an offense. An affirmative defense means that you and your lawyer can raise that in court and try to overcome the charge. It's saying, yes, I did use that force, but the law says I'm justified in doing so. So be prepared for an arrest. Remember to remain silent. Don't give any statements to anyone about what happened. Wait for your attorney to give you counsel and advise you on whether you should give any statements at all, or let the evidence speak for itself, or let the attorney speak for you. If you find yourself facing charges for using...
Now, let's talk about that. Karmelo Anthony did not do that. Karmelo Anthony started immediately talking to the cops. Period. Yes, I know epilepsy is a disability, but here's the point. That is not going to count, because here's the reason why they didn't take this into context, right? And let me explain that, right? Because I was saying that at first too. I'm like, hold on, this dude got a disability, right? Everywhere I look, it was just crazy, right? So I had to ask myself, I said, why wasn't Karmelo Anthony having epilepsy a good excuse for self-defense in his case? I had to ask that question, right? Because, and I'm going to tell you why. They're going to say the lack of proportional force. This is what they said. Once again, they're using the lack of proportional force, meaning he only got pushed. His own witness said, hey, he got pushed. His lawyer said they got pushed. He said, yo, he put his hands. He didn't say, yo, they pounded me out. They packed me out. If Karmelo would have went out there and he would have got jumped and his parents and all his family would have said, yo, he got packed out, he got jumped, that's a whole different story. Right? Right? Think about that. Think about what I just said. Right? So, once again, his decision not to testify destroyed him, or his team's decision for him not to testify and give his side, it destroyed him in a way, because the jury could not see what was in his mind. I would have made him testify. Why would I made him testify? Because I want the jury to see what's in his mind. That's why I want him to testify. Right? That's why I want him to testify. Right? That's why I want him to testify. Right? I'm just telling y'all this right now. Texas laws are disgusting. Right? They're disgusting. Right? Show you right here. Can you claim, y'all see it right here on the screen, can you claim self-defense in a Texas murder or aggravated assault case? Here you go right here. I'm finna show y'all this. Can you claim that? Right? This is a real question, you guys. Can you claim that? Right? You were defending yourself. The person confronting you was the aggressor. But now you're facing murder or aggravated assault charges. The question becomes crystal clear. Does Texas law recognize what you did as self-defense, or does the state see it as a crime? Texas law is structured differently from many states when it comes to self-defense. I told y'all this. I hate Texas law. How you got stand your ground, but it's not really stand your ground. Now watch this right here, y'all. Texas law is structured differently from many states when it comes to self-defense. We have a castle doctrine. We have a stand your ground protections. We have clearly defined statutes that tell you when force, including deadly force, is legally justified. But understanding those protections and successfully deploying them in court are two different things. And when you're charged with murder or aggravated assault, the stakes are absolute. At LaHood, Norton, Gross Law Group, PLLC, our 6 attorneys and counsels, all former prosecutors, know how the states build these cases and how to dismantle them. We've been on both sides of the table. We know the burden the prosecution must meet, and we know how to create reasonable doubt and whether you acted in lawful self-defense. This post explains Texas self-defense laws as it applies to serious charges like murder and aggravated assault. The foundation, Texas Penal Code 99.31 and 9.32. Texas self-defense law isn't murky, it's codified. Understanding the statute is the first steps to understanding your defense. Justified use of non-deadly force. Under Texas Penal Code 931, you're justified in using deadly force against another person if you reasonably believe it's necessary to protect yourself from unlawful force, unlawful confinement, or an attempt to unlawfully take property. The key word is reasonably. The force you must use must match the threat. That's where it's going to kill him right there. The force must match the threat. Somebody push you, you can't pull out a knife is what their law says. That's why I told y'all I think it's a manslaughter case. Because even though he did use a knife, I don't think he meant to. I don't think his intention was to kill him. So that's why I thought the case was manslaughter the whole time. I've been told y'all this from the very beginning. Everybody kept saying, oh no, self-defense. No, that's not self-defense in Texas. You have to read Texas laws, not what y'all think. Everybody thinks stand your ground is if somebody come push you or touch you, you can just shoot them or stab them or do whatever. That's not what it is. If that's the case, you'll have a lot of dead people running around here. Let's keep going. The force you must use must match the threat. You can't use a sledgehammer to counter a push. This is in Texas law. Somebody push you, you can't use no sledgehammer, right? Severe conditions must be met. meaning you didn't provoke the other person or you abandoned the conflict before force was used. Karmelo did not leave. He didn't leave. Right? It says you weren't the initial aggressor. He gonna have to find, it's gonna be hard for him to find new witnesses to say he wasn't the aggressor. Because all of his team was in another tent. You didn't use excessive force beyond what was reasonably necessary. Right? So again, y'all see this. Then you have the justified use, where it covers 93.2 or 9.32 covers deadly force, statute where it applies, and murder and aggravated assaults involving weapons, severe injury, or death. You're justified in using deadly force if, right, you believe it's necessary to protect yourself from death, serious bodily injury, aggravated assault, aggravated robbery, sexual assault, aggravated assault. I believe that Karmelo Anthony thought he was going to get jumped and packed out. So he probably thought he was going to get hurt. That's why I believe he felt like he needed to use that. That's what I personally believe. Right? That's why I thought it was manslaughter and not murder. It says you reasonably believe it's necessary to protect a third person facing the same threats. Or you're protecting property during the nighttime when you cannot safely retreat. That doesn't count. The last two. Right? This statute doesn't require you to retreat or attempt to escape. You have duty to flee your own home. You have no duty to flee your own home, your workplace, or property if you have a right to occupy. Right? So you have the castle doctrine. Right? That's where you at your home. Right? That doesn't apply to this. Right? So y'all seeing this right here, right? Now watch this. What qualifies an intruder, right? Someone who was invited but refused to leave when asked. Did I show y'all this? Someone who was invited but refused to leave when asked, right? And see, the thing that they used in the court was against the epilepsy was, hey, he has epilepsy. And I looked this up too, you guys, because I was using that. I was like, hey man, he got epilepsy, bro. I was the first one who put that out there. Y'all go back and watch my video on that. The court used, or I should say the prosecution used, he had epilepsy, but he plays football. I mean, so he said, football's a hard-hitting sport. So when the jury saw that, they was like, oh, he played football? Yeah, he played football. Right? So they use that in court. Right? Also, now listen. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. So I said this thing to y'all. Just give me 1 second, you guys. I want to look something up. I want to look something for you guys. I'm going to look something for you guys. See if I can find something. All right, let me see. Do I see this over here? Let me see, you guys. I want to see if I can find this. Okay. I was looking at this. Okay, I see what it is. All right, you guys. All right, chat. I see what it is. Okay, so check it out, y'all. So it says self-defense isn't absolute. You can lose protection if you provoke the confrontation or you're the initial aggressor. Karmelo Anthony's gonna have to get people. He's gonna have to get witnesses that were not called to come in and say he didn't provoke it, because those other witnesses' statements are that's what killed them in the trial. Is that the witnesses that was there said that he provoked it and called them a bunch of pussies and told him he wasn't going nowhere. So even though Austin Metcalf went over there and asked him to leave, he had a legal right to ask him to leave. He didn't have a right to put his hands on him, right? So he would have been charged with assault, right, for putting his hands on him. But when they asked you to leave, he had to leave. That's what Texas law says. That's not me. That's Texas law, right? That's not me. That's Texas law, right? That's not me. That's Texas law. And so if they told him, hey, dude, you got to get the fuck out of here, man. And he said, hey, man, hey, y'all a bunch of PUSSYs. You ain't going to do shit. You ain't making me leave nowhere. He going to have witnesses. It's going to be hard for him to get witnesses, too, because all of his team was in a whole different area. Listen, y'all not listening to what I'm saying. We got to think about what is provoke. Because, see, provoke is if you come to them, if Austin Metcalf goes to him and say, hey, bro, you got to get the fuck out of here, bro. That's not provoking. That's telling you to get out. He has a right legally to do that. That's the fucked up part about Texas. In that public area, under that tent, he has a right. He doesn't have a right to put his hands on you. But see, that's the initial thing. If he tells you got to leave and you don't leave and then you start talking shit, they can say, oh, you escalated it. Even if Eddie invited him. That's the part of Texas law I hate. I looked that up. Texas law, it doesn't matter if Eddie invited him. If Eddie invited him to the tent and Austin and the other dude asked him to leave his brother, he got to go. That's Texas law. That's not me. That's Texas law. That's Texas law. And to the person who says the tape was edited, nah, that tape wasn't edited, dog. Tape wasn't edited, bro. I got the full tape. Tape wasn't edited, bro. And when he ran down, the reason why he grabbed that trash can, if you watched him, them niggas was slipping like a mofo. That floor was wet down there and that bleach. If you ever ran up some bleacher floors, they're the hardest floors around. That's why Karmelo fell down, because it was wet down there. Right? So the person who says Austin has no authority, yes, he does. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you why. It's in the paperwork. He did have authority. This is the reason why they showed this message. And I'm going to show you why he had authority. This is the reason why this message was so important that they showed it in court. And this is the reason why they showed this message. I'm going to show y'all right now. Hold on. Let me show y'all right now. This is to the person who don't want to listen. All right. Oh, and another thing. I found pictures from years ago, and this is going to make a lot of people upset. Karmelo Anthony Ben had that ring around his eye. That picture on the right-hand side is from years ago of Karmelo Anthony. If you look at all of Karmelo Anthony's pictures from years ago, he got those bags around his eyes. That wasn't no whelp. And when people say, oh, his eye was red, he was crying. I'm not lying to you. I like Karmelo Anthony. I don't want him to be. I'm not a person who says, hey, man, I think he's a cold-blooded killer. I'm not saying that. That's nowhere what I'm saying to you guys. Right? But what I refuse to do is I refuse to come on here and just lie to make people feel away and get viewers, get subscribers, and do this shit. I'm not finna do that. I'm finna show you this right here. Now, this is why this was put into evidence. As you guys can see right here on your screen, this is why this was put into evidence right here. Oops. As y'all can see right here. That was a text message of the coach making him the leader. Why is that important, ladies and gentlemen? Read this right here. This is why they put this in the evidence in the trial. This is put in the evidence. This is a part of the evidence. Here's the reason why. And I'm going to show y'all this right here. To Austin Metcalf, this message was the same day as 7:58 a.m. from the coach. You and Rhett are early on the bus. Get the tent and whatever else we need. Set examples on how to conduct yourself today. Be a leader. I need you and Rhett to hold us down. I will be helping with the hosting the meet, so I'm going to lean on the older guys. So the coach says, I'm going to be helping hosting the meet. That's why he wasn't there. He was helping hosting. So he put Rhett and he put Austin Metcalf in charge of the group. Why is that important? And he said, for sure, coach, got you at 8 a.m., right? Now, check this out, y'all. The reason why it was important, I'm going to tell y'all that he did not pull anything out of his pocket and run. He ran and almost fell down and bust his ass and grabbed that trash can from falling down. I'm going to show it to you again. Show it to you again. People are making up lies. And none of that stuff's going to come up in the appeal because his appeal ain't got nothing to do with none of that shit. His appeal has to do with the Batson and the non-moval of jurisdiction. Look it up. I'll show you that too to prove it to you. So y'all can think all these people putting stuff on YouTube is not even gonna have no bearing in the what you call it in his appeal. I'm finna show y'all why. His attorneys ain't even looking at that, and I'm gonna show y'all what I'm talking about. Hold on, you guys. I think this is it right here, right? Oh no, this is hold on. That's that what you call it shit. Hold on, my bad, y'all. My bad. I'm slipping. Here you go, right here, right? Oops, no, I don't want to show y'all that. Hold on, I want to show y'all this. Right here. Ejection laws. Right here. Y'all can go look this up yourself. Texas Education Code 37.105. And the person I'm making up lies, I'm not making up lies. I'm showing you like factual information, everything I'm saying. You guys can go look this up yourselves, right? So let's pull this up for you guys, right? Just so people don't say I'm lying. And I'm showing you actual Texas law. This is not Ticket giving his own opinion. I'm showing you Texas law, right? Right? I'm showing you Texas law, all right? So it's 37, right? 105. That's what it is, right? That's what it is, right? Now I showed you guys, right? Now y'all know me, I come on my channel, I don't have no reason to lie about none of this shit. It don't make me no never mind either way, right? Let me show y'all again. Hold on. Right? Here it is right here, you guys. Chat. Here it is right here. Right? I'm showing y'all this. To the person who said it wasn't a knife, it was a knife. His lawyers have already admitted, he's already admitted it was a knife. So anything you say don't mean shit. He's already admitted, his lawyers have already admitted. As you guys can see, this is the Education Code, Chapter 37. And I'm showing y'all this right now. All you have to do is go to Chapter 3705 in the state of Texas, right? Now, I'm showing you actual legal paperwork that people are not showing y'all. People are just coming on YouTube lying, but I'm showing y'all this, right? Unauthorized persons, refusal of entry, ejection, identification, right? Read this, y'all. Let's read it from right here. A school administrator, school resource officer, or school district peace officer of a school district may refuse to allow a person to enter on or may eject a person from property under the district's control if the person refuses to leave peacefully on request and the person poses a substantial risk of harm to any person, or 2, the person behaves in a manner that is inappropriate for the school setting, and, right, the administrator, resource officer, or peace officer issues a verbal warning to the person that the person's behavior is inappropriate and may result in the personal refusal of any entry or ejection, right? Now, y'all see this, right? I'm finna show y'all this, right? Are y'all not reading this one? Putting this on y'all screen, right? I'm putting this on y'all screen, y'all, right? So you guys can see this right here, right? This is the law in Texas, right here. So you guys can read it right here. All y'all gotta do is go right to this part. Go right to this part, okay? So when y'all say this, and the coach did not suspend him because he sent the message, they showed that to show that that wasn't true. What are you talking about, Ticket? Let me show y'all. Hold on. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I told y'all I hate Texas laws, bro. Once I started reading Texas laws, Texas laws destroyed this whole case for Karmelo Anthony. Look at this. Ejection laws. Under Texas Education Code 37105, school administrators or their authorized representatives, such as coaches or designated student leaders managing a team zone. There you go right there. Why is that important? Right? This is why it's important. Because this gave Austin Metcalf authority. This is the reason why. And so the person said, this is the reason why they showed this text message in the evidence. To show that the coach, he gave the authority to Austin Metcalf and to Rhett to control the tent. Read, this is the Texas Education Code 37105. Go read it yourself. School administrators or their authorized representatives, such as coaches or designated student leaders, managing a team zone, have the explicit statutory right to refuse entry or eject any person who has no legitimate business on the property or is engaging in inappropriate or disruptive behavior. So they're saying, oh, he didn't have any legitimate business over here. Even if Eddie, and so I said, well, what if Eddie invited him? Doesn't matter. Even if Eddie invited him, if the leader say he got to go, he got to go. Why is that important? Because the coach is the one who made him the leader. This is the reason why they put this in evidence in court. To show that the coach that morning, April the 2nd, 7:58 a.m., sent the message as you and Rhett are early on the bus. Get the tent and whatever else we need. Set examples of how to conduct yourself today. Be a leader. I need you and Rhett to hold us down. I will be helping with hosting the meet, so I'm going to lean on my older guys. So the coach set those guys and him and Rhett in charge. That's why they put this in evidence in court. See, you guys got to listen to the actual evidence and read the actual evidence that was put in the court, not conspiracy theories on the internet and things that ain't in the courthouse. So this is the reason why. And then when I looked, I was like, hold on, man. So to me, it's Texas laws are shit, bro. The Texas laws are the real problem. The Texas laws, there's two leaders. You're not listening. Both of the leaders wanted him out. He was one of the leaders. If one of the leaders wants you to leave, you have to leave. He was designated as one of the leaders by the coach. That's why they showed that message in court, to prove that the coach had designated him as one of the leaders. That's why they put it in evidence. I'm showing you this. I'm giving you what was put in the case from the evidence standpoint and from law. I'm showing y'all this, right? So, period. Now look at this right here. Under Texas Penal Code 3005, right? Criminal trespass. If an authorized person delivers a verbal notice to leave a restricted piece of property and the individual refuses to depart, they are committing a crime of criminal trespass, even if the underlying land is publicly owned. What does that mean, you guys? Even though, and I didn't even know this law, Texas laws are trash. So that means that even if the land is publicly owned, Karmelo probably didn't know this. He probably think, nigga, this is public property. That's not Texas law. Texas law say, even if you're on public property, right? And we got this tent, this is our space. We have a temporary right to this tent. And if we ask you to leave and you don't leave, so the law is rigged against them, because the law is after, first of all, I'm going to say this right now. A fist, to me, without no shadow of a doubt, can be used as deadly force. For Texas law to say that a punch is not deadly force, you got to be damn near an MMA fighter or a boxer, that's wild to me. Because if somebody hits you in your temple, they can kill you. I don't care who it is. But that's Texas law. That's Texas. And y'all was getting mad at the lawyer. I forget his name. Y'all was getting mad at Dennis Sperling for saying what he said. Dennis was just saying what Texas law. He know how fucked up Texas laws are. Texas laws are horrible. Pete, what I just told y'all. Right? Karmelo was the only one out there that had a weapon that we saw. That we saw. Do I think Karmelo Anthony was the only person in the world that carried? No. Over 200,000 high school students take a knife or a gun to school every month. So that lets you know what you need to know right there. And by the way, let me tell y'all this. I want to tell y'all about Karmelo's appeal too, because I don't want people to think I'm just in here just saying shit. His appeal, all this shit people putting on the internet have nothing to do with his appeal, y'all. Nothing. And I'm finna show y'all, right? I'm finna show y'all what I'm talking about, right? I'm finna show y'all right now. It's two different factors, right? I'm finna show y'all this. His lawyer's appeals facing on two factors. And I told y'all this. The venue issues and the jury. That's what his appeal is gonna be based on. Right? Right? Now I'm showing y'all this. Hold on, you guys. Let me put this on the screen. Because I want to educate people in here. I don't want people to just walk around here and think we just saying anything. I want to educate y'all. Right? Right? Let's show y'all this. So all this stuff people saying on the internet, that's already in the files. People don't understand. That stuff is already in the case files. So that don't change. See what I'm saying? That don't change. What they're looking at is let's talk about it, you guys. Defense attorneys for Karmelo Anthony are setting up for an appeal after the 19-year-old was convicted of murdering another student at a track meet last year. Less than a day after Karmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years in prison for the fatal stabbing of Austin Metcalf, another Frisco, y'all can't see this, another Frisco, right, ISD student, his lawyers filed a notice of appeal Wednesday morning. Karmelo Anthony was convicted of first-degree murder after 7 days of trial, 3 days of deliberation by a Collin County juror. The jurors took nearly 3 hours to hand down a sentence, which was being considered within a range of 5 to 99 years, based on the first-degree murder conviction. The well-publicized case was fraught with rhetoric fueled by racial divisions, both online and outside of Collin County Courthouse, where Judge John Rose Jr. presided over the trial. Right? Now let's go down here to the bottom. Right here. Anthony's lawyers have filed the indigent packet, right, indicating his eligibility for state-appointed legal representation due to financial hardship. His attorneys did not return a request for comment, but his lead attorney, Mike Howard, he spoke about that appeal, right? And that was at that time, right? So here's the thing right here. Now watch this right here, right? Let's see. One person said, as far as the Dallas-based attorney, he says, frankly, I was surprised, but the sentence was only 35 years. Because the murder charge and the strength of the evidence, I thought it might even be more. He said, I'm not saying it should have been. I'm saying I was a little surprised it wasn't. But I think my guess as to the reason why is maybe because of the age of the defendant. Right? Now, let's get into this, right? I want to show y'all this. Right? Right? Here we go right here. Hold on, did I show y'all this? Right here. The jury selection process. He added that there will likely be a good deal of speculation on the jury selection process and whether or not a Batson error had been made preceding the trial. Right? In the 1986, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Batson v. Kentucky that the jurors cannot be struck for race or ethnicity. Based on the Batson precedent, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of a death row inmate in Mississippi and overturned both his conviction and sentence in late May after determining that the trial judge had allowed prosecutors to strike jurors based on race. So that's where the Batson error comes from, right? So that's one. And I told y'all the other one was the jurisdiction. Y'all didn't want to listen to this, right? But it goes on to say 3 black female prospective jurors were struck by the prosecutors before the trial began. Karmelo Anthony's attorneys objected, citing racial motivation for the move. Roach, however, sided with the prosecution, who cited that the women's occupations as educators as the move motivation for the move. People lied and said, "Oh, they struck the black woman because they said they couldn't convict them." That's a fucking lie. That's a damn lie. The judge said they struck the black woman because they were educators. What type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? So so them people lying, talk about some, yeah, man, they struck the black jurors because they said they couldn't vote them guilty. That's a lie. That's a stone cold lie white folks telling. The lead prosecutor argued that the case had nothing to do with race. That's cap. That's cap. In his opening argument, according to prior reporting by the Dallas Morning News. Right? Right? Now, think about this, right? You say ticket. What new evidence can be presented? Witnesses that may not have spoken up before, that may have been afraid. That's the biggest thing. Right? That's the biggest thing. Right? Think about what I said to y'all. The appeal in Texas is hard because the appeals court, and this is what Dennis Sperling was telling black folks. Black folks get mad at him. Oh, you coon, the nigga, you a sellout. Bro, he's telling y'all the truth. He knows that system. In Texas, it's hard to get cases overturned like that. Because the appeal court normally agrees with the jury's verdict. Right? Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said. I'm going to show y'all something. Right? I'll show y'all this right now. Right? And y'all not going to like this. But it's the truth. And I would rather tell y'all the truth than lie to y'all. Right? In Texas, you guys, approximately 10 to 15% of all felony criminal appeals, only 10 to, so 80% are up, 80 to 85% are upheld. That's what this boy is fighting against. That's what he's fighting against. I hope and pray he gets a new one. Right? But he fighting against some serious odds, man. He fighting against some serious odds, bro. Right? Matter of fact, let me show y'all what I'm talking about. You guys can go look this up yourselves. Right? Right down there in the great state of Texas. Right? %81 were upheld. That bothers me, man. I'm just be honest. That shit bothers me, bro. In Texas, man, they some stone cold, bro. That shit bothers me, bro. Let me show y'all what I'm talking about. It bothers me. In Texas, approximately 10 to 15% of all felony criminal appeals result in a reversed or overturned conviction, while the vast majority, 80 to 85% of trial court decisions, are upheld. For murder convictions specifically, right, the statistical breakdown varies heavily by the type of murder charge and the specific stage of the appellate process, right? The reversal rate. According to comprehensive data on the state-level criminal appeals compiled by the Bureau of Justice Statistics, the historical reversal rate specifically for murder convictions sits roughly at 17%. So it's an 83% chance his case will not get overturned. It's an 83% chance. And when Dennis was telling black folks this, they was calling this man a sellout and everything. He's telling you he knows Texas law. He knows Texas. Bro, this is some bull job, bro. But he knows Texas law, man. So when he's saying that so black folks don't be getting like some people can lie to you and tell you if you want to hear a lie. And say, yeah, this shit gonna get granted, man. He gonna get over. Bro, most of them cases, man. Remember, this is the same shit we talked about with Diddy, right, y'all? Diddy had his appeal process 3 months ago. They still haven't given him a decision. Right? And when they come back, they're going to tell him no. They're not going to grant his appeal. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all see all the statistics right there. Right? This is crazy, man. Down there in Texas, man, bro, that shit is crazy, bro. Like, to say that people's fist ain't a deadly weapon, that's insane to me. To say a regular punch couldn't be used as a deadly weapon. That's insane. Look at Texas, y'all. I pray, man. I pray, man. Look at this, y'all. Courts of the last resort dismissed more appeals than intermediate appellate courts. In 2010 alone, the reversal rate was 7% of all appeals. 7% reversal rate. Y'all see this? This is why I'm so upset. That nigga should have testified, man. I wish he'd have got a better legal team, bro. To the person who says this doesn't apply, this does apply. What are you talking about? What do you mean? This is, bro. A lawyer cannot change the record that's on the record, bro. He can only try to find certain things that's in the elite case that could potentially help you, but most of the time in Texas, they're standing with the jury. They're saying, no, we're standing with that shit. I'm trying to tell, I'm showing you this. So for you to say, oh, it doesn't apply, nigga, it does apply. Nigga, what are you talking about? I want the man to be able to get another trial. But I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Based off what I'm seeing, bro, you got to hope for the best, prepare for the worst. That's what they tell you in life, man. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Because this right here, that junk, man. Man, bro, that Texas law is disgusting to me, man. Real talk, man. They should have put this man on the stand, bro. You supposed to put that man on the stand, bro. Let that man explain himself, bro. Like, real talk. That way the jury can understand where he coming from. How can the jury understand where he's coming from if y'all don't let him explain himself? You gotta let him explain himself. He got to stand in front of the jury and say, yo, this is exactly what happened. And I felt like when I was surrounded by them people, I felt like my life was on the line. If he don't say that, how they supposed to know? They can't just read your mind and put shit in the record. So what are they going to see? They're going to see that they have a confession like he says. He came out and confessed to it, right to the cops when he wasn't supposed to be talking to the cops. And then people say, oh, Ticket, well, they didn't read him his rights. He wasn't under arrest. They had just detained him. That's it. Don't you know they can detain you, put you in a cop car in handcuffs, and not even put you under arrest? When they do arrest you, they say, hey, man, we're going to arrest you. You have the right to remain silent. You're right. They can say, hey, we're going to detain you and put you. That's why the cop wasn't really saying nothing to him when he was doing all that talking. That shit was on the body cam. So when people say this stuff, bro, that shit is on the body cam, my G. He said that shit on the body cam. He told the cop, yo, I know how this go, man. I ain't alleged, I did it. So you got a body, you got the weapon that he's not complaining about. They're not saying, none of his lawyers, him, nobody's saying, hey man, that ain't all. Only people that's saying that is mofos on YouTube. The people in the real involved in the case on the court, they're not saying it. His daddy even said on the Breakfast Club interview, yo, he dropped the knife. People trying to say, oh, he ain't never have a knife. His daddy said on Breakfast Club he dropped the knife in the bleachers. Go back and listen to these interviews. People just making up shit for content to get viewership. People will tell y'all what y'all want to hear just to get views and subscribers. And then when the shit comes out, they'll act like they ain't do none of this shit. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. It's not about selecting a new jury. You guys don't understand this shit, man. Bro, I'm going to say this. I pray for the best for that brother, man. I'm prepared for the worst. You up against 84 to 85% rejection? Man, his lawyers, you can have the best lawyers in the world, man. I mean, they're going to have to go deep on this shit. And I think that they do have a point with those jurors. But here's the thing. We have to wait to get the full transcripts to know what happened in that jury selection. Once we get those full transcripts, we'll know what those juror members said. Right? To the person who says you're showing that grainy video, nobody has a different video, man. Let me ask you a question. I want to say something to you. It's Kia. And you beautiful sister in the chat. I want to say something to you, baby. I'm going to ask you a question. Are you listening? It's Kia. Salute to you, baby. Much love to you, all right? You're a beautiful sister. I see you in the chat, right? And I believe that God got him, also, thou shalt not kill. But let me say this to you, man. It's Kia. I want to say something to you, right? And I'm talking personally to you right now, all right? All right? Ma'am. You said, right? Now, let me say this right here. You said, let me pull up I don't want to misquote you. Pull up your comment right here. You said I'm showing a grainy video. I want to ask you a question. Is Kia? I want to ask you. You'll never see that video because never was a video. I'm going to say something to you, Is Kia. I want to say something to you. Right? Think about this. Do you think that we live in a racist country? It's Kia. I'm going to ask you that question. It's Kia. I'm going to ask you that first question. Do you think we live in a racist country? Because I think we live in a racist country. I think the country's still racist. But I'm asking you, do you think that? Do you think we live in a racist country? I'm going to wait for you to answer the question in the comment section. Do you think we live in a racist country? That's my question to you right now. I want to know if you think that we live in a racist country, right? No, I showed you the actual article from the courthouse for the transcripts, right? The official transcripts are not out yet. They're only given to both sides right now, the appellate defendant, and they're putting them out to put to the prosecution for his appeal. Right? So, now, let's say that this is a racist country, right? Right? It's Kia. So, we're going to say that you agree with that, right? We're going to say that. All right, now check this out, baby. Now, you say we live in a racist country. Okay. What racist white man is going to show any black person a video that can exonerate a black man before a trial so that everybody can snitch on them, say they got it, and expose them for having this alleged video? Nobody. Let me repeat myself again. No white man is going to show, because let's think about this. If it was a black person that was trying to help him get free, show him, they'd already sent that shit to TMZ. They would already gave that shit to somebody else to leak it. They would already put it out here in front of the world to expose it. What white man, right, that's supposed to be racist is going to show any black person? Remember, these are all black people claiming they say. You ain't see no white people saying this. All black people. Who's going to show black people this so-called 4K video that nobody else has seen so that they can say, hey, man, yo, we seen a real video, man. They got the video, man. It's a lie. And in the end, when y'all find out these people are lying, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Right? To the person who says, say you're playing a basketball game. You can't use a basketball game because this ain't basketball. This is real life. This is a murder conviction. This is in a state where they lean. Let me say it again. Lean towards the jury and the jury convictions. Once again, you need to look at the appellate courts and how they work down there in Texas. They heavily lean to the jury. They don't like messing with the jury decisions. This is why 83% of the cases don't get overturned. Now, I hope his case get overturned. He get a new trial. Right? So I asked the lady, I said, who do you think is going to show all these black folks, 7 to 8 black folks, the video? She said, am I saying that people lie? They're stone cold liars. One dude has already been proven to be a sex offender. And he's lied about that. He went on another dude's channel today lying again. When the cops said that he lied about that sex story. Yeah, they lying. Yes. They lying. Yes. Here's a question you ask him. Well, what angle did you see those videos from? Ain't nobody asking what angle they see him from. What angle did you see this camera from? See, this is the thing. Y'all keep saying these people saw this, but nobody asked them. See, if them niggas that came up to me, I'd have bust their chops. You know why? I'm going to tell y'all this right now, right? I'm going to tell y'all this right now. What I would have did is I would have said, what angle did you see the video from? Oh, well, I saw it was a camera here. Okay, boom. Do you know what all you had to do? Then subpoena to see if the actual football field has a camera located where they said it was. There is no camera, ma'am. They're lying. All the cameras, we have all saw them all. They're lying. They're lying for internet clout. And some of them are lying because they want to help get that brother off. And they rather lie than let the truth do it. Right? Ain't no racist white man in America gonna show black folks a video that's gonna help exonerate a black kid that is responsible for the death of a white kid. Not happening. People not using their mind. Bro, this is crazy to me. People are not using their mind. They're not using their mind. And here's the thing. All those people who said that should be forced to be sworn under sworn deposition. Penalty of perjury. That they saw that. That way, you'll see that they're lying. That way, you'll see they're lying. Right? Straight up. Right? Somebody said they sealed it. That's a lie. That's a lie. Why would you show a video that would exonerate a black man to anybody black so they could say anything different? Not happening. What's wrong with these people? So a person said white's lie, so we can't. No. Two wrongs don't make a right. Where did you grow up from, Pluto White? Where did you grow up from, brother? Two wrongs don't make a right. You're not going to win a real case off lies, bro. It's not going to work like this. Not when you're fighting against the system. You use the truth that's going to set you free, brother. The truth that's going to set you free. Right? Because remember, the guy who was a sex offender, remember what he told the cops? The sex offender guy who said he saw this video? Well, when he had his own case, what did he tell the cops, y'all? What did he tell the cops? He told the cops. Now, what did he tell the cops, y'all? He told the cops a lie. Then he told the dude on YouTube today, oh, well, I ain't do that. I was just taking the boy, this, that, and the third, and I ain't talked to his parents. Damn lie. Stone cold lie. I got it right here. This is the same guy. Hold on. Stone cold lie. And people just believe anybody, anything, man. But then when you show that these people are not credible, this man's a stone cold liar, and he's a sex offender, right? They don't want to talk about this. Look, y'all. Talking about, oh, well, that's the reason why. No. The cop said you lied to him multiple times, Playboy. A Little M man is facing human trafficking charge after police say he drove more than 200 miles to pick up an Austin teen and then took the victim to a hotel to have sex with him. And they listening to these people on YouTube. The arrest affidavit for Morris Dwayne, 45, states that police responded to a missing call around 1 a.m. on March the 30th. 1 a.m. The victim's guardian said he had dropped the victim off at school the day before, but he did not return home. The affidavit states that the victim returned to the school later that day on March the 30th, and that another guardian was concerned, right? He now had a cell phone and multiple hickeys on his neck. So now the boy had a cell phone and hickeys on his neck. Come on, man. Cut it out. Cut it out, man. Cut it out, bro. Cut it. These dudes are stone cold liars. Period. Now watch this, y'all. Police were able to interview the victim in April and noted that he appeared to be afraid to speak truthfully about the events. The victim's guardian consented to having the police search the phone. And in the phone was able to track contacts the phone to Turner. After the interview, the victim told a guardian that he was being harassed by Turner and that Turner picked him up from the school and took him to a Motel 6 in Cedar Park. The affidavit states that the police interviewed the victim around 2 weeks after the initial interview to provide more information. The victim told police that the Turner traveled from Little M to Austin to pick him up and take him from Travis County to a hotel in Williamson County. The victim said he fell asleep after Turner tried to make sexual advances on him and that he felt like he'd been violated while he was asleep. This is the person they put up on platforms. Police said they interviewed this man, Mr. Turner. This is the police. They said he made several conflicting statements. Didn't I tell y'all? They said, I think that nigga lying about the tape. The police said he made conflicting statements about this. Turner initially denied meeting the victim. First, he lied about that, they said. This is what the cops said in the report. Then, he later admitted to meeting him. Somebody told me stop lying. That's not me lying. I'm reading the report. We can pull up the police report. He could take it up with the police station and pull up the police report. He initially stated or said he traveled to meet the victim during South by Southwest. Then admitted to meeting the victim on March the 29th. The affidavit states that Turner admitted to taking the victim to his hotel room. He admitted this to the cops. This is what the cops saying. And dropped him off at school the following day. Turner was arrested September the 15th on a felony charge of trafficking persons and has been booked into the Denton County Jail. Online records state he is being held on a $100,000 bond. This is a guy who was, and I'm going to say this again, for life, registered sex offender. For life. And people are having this guy, and they're taking his word like he's some type of a truth teller. No, this guy's a stone cold, busted. Stone cold busted. Stone cold busted. Stone cold busted. Right, you guys? Right or wrong? Stone cold busted. But like I said before, they're promoting. This should tell you about the character of these people on YouTube, bro. They ain't got no character whatsoever. If you platform a person that is a sex offender, you have no credibility. Period. None. Busted. Busted. Come on, man. And y'all sitting in here playing this game? Come on, man. I'm going to ask the question again. I'm going to lead the chat tonight. What white man in America in the deep South going to show 7 black folks a video that exonerates a black man in a murder against a white student? Tell me who. So they can blow the whistle on the whole operation and try to get everybody busted. Tell me who. Now, you know what needs to happen? The background checked of all those people who made those statements. And they all should be grand juried, forced to get on the stand and swear under oath where they saw this video, what angle the video was coming from. Don't you think this case is that important? They should be grand juried and forced to testify under the penalty of perjury, which means you go to prison if you lying. Let's see how many of them are willing to get up on the stand under the penalty of perjury, knowing that if you lie, you're going to prison. I guarantee you all of them mofos all disappear. Think about it. There ain't no white man in America that's going to show a black man a video down there as working in the ISD. They're going to show you a video that exonerates a black kid. That's not happening. Common sense ain't common no more in the world we live in. It's not. Common sense ain't common no more. The old white lady did not say that. The old white lady was confused as hell. She didn't even know what she was talking about. Huh? What? I saw her. She didn't know what the hell she was talking about. I saw the video. She was confused. Huh? That's how she was talking. I saw the whole video of her. Oh. Cut it out. Cut it out. Right? Think about what I said. Again, you have to look at the characteristics. Bro, I saw all of them. I saw every last one of them. Tell all of them to go to request to be grand jury. That way, y'all gonna see what the real truth is. That way, black folk get fooled by it. And you see, this is the thing. When you think something was wrong, you're willing to listen to any type of crap people put out. You willing to listen to it, right? Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Right? And again, I'm not cool with how things went down. And these are obvious things. Jury selection, moving a venue. To me, those two things alone should justify a new trial. All the other stuff people lying about, oh, it's 2 knives. It says the man admitted on tape that he committed the murder. And you got people out here saying, oh, I don't think he did. Nigga, are you crazy? The man is admitting that he did. Bro, like, share, subscribe, man. I can't believe this is the world we got to live in now, man. This is the community we living in now, y'all. This is the community we living in where common sense ain't common. People out here doing all this stuff, tainting the whole thought process of this. And then, like I said before, to me, it's enough there just off the honest truth for that boy to get a new trial. You don't even need to throw all these extra lies in it. Like I said, so when they say this, ask them what angle did they see the video from? What angle did you see this video? All right. Salute everybody tapping on in. Video or pin at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video.